Hi guys, good afternoon. How are you all doing? Are you still awake or you need some coffee or tea? Great, so just a quick background about myself. I am a gamer. I have been in the games industry for 17 years. So we were talking to Jesse in the morning from GMGC, and both me and Martin were there, and she said, you are, in Chinese term, you are called as big potatoes. So a little brief background. I worked with Nokia for 15 years. I used to work with game publishers and ask them to build games for monochrome devices with 2x2 screen size. And we used to get a lot of indie developers from emerging markets who were very much focused on building games on Java for 2x2 screen. And you can see where we have moved from that 2x2 monochrome screen to where we are today with smart devices with 6 inches, 7 inches, and tablets. After I left Nokia, I joined Microsoft for a year and helped them build a Windows phone ecosystem, helped them close some big deals. And then recently I joined Samsung. I have been with Samsung for 1.5 years as of today. So what I do at Samsung is I am building the ecosystem for the Galaxy App Store. How many of you know there is a Galaxy App Store on Android devices? Okay, quite a few. That's good. So apart from the Galaxy App Store, what we also do is we have a Tizen operating system. Now, Tizen is, if you look at Galaxy App Store, that is powered by Android. That is on the Android devices, which is, Galaxy App Store is also there on Tab S, which is the tablet series. It is also there on Galaxy series, which is the Samsung S series of devices, along with the J series of devices. And then it is also on, we have tablets, S-series devices and the Note series. And then apart from all these Android devices which Samsung builds, then we have the Tizen ecosystem, which is powering the Samsung TV. It powers Samsung refrigerators, Samsung washing machine, Gear S2 watches, and the Samsung feature phone devices, which we are selling in the emerging markets. So at Samsung, what I do is I'm helping them build the games ecosystem for Galaxy and also for the Tizen ecosystem. So this is a quick brief. As you know, I've worked with different OEMs. I worked with Nokia for many years, and then I worked with Microsoft for 1 year, and now with Samsung. What I realized is there is for a developer, there are a lot of opportunities when it comes to publishing their game. So there are many stores. There are not only, you just should not focus on building or publishing your games for just 2 stores, but you should think about why you should and why not you should publish for more than 2 stores and what are the opportunities. So this is what I'm going to talk about in today's presentation. I am part of the Samsung Publishing Group. What we do is, our main motto is to connect developers to the opportunities within Samsung and help them make some revenue. And how we do that is, we work with partners to optimize their apps for the devices which we launch. So we launched, every year we have 2 different series of devices which we launch. We launch S series of devices, which is the Galaxy S, which we launched during Mobile World Congress. We work closely with some key strategic partners to with whom we work with to optimize their apps or games, so we can make them part of our launch event or the Unpack event, which happens every year during Mobile World Congress. Then we have the Note series, which we launched around August, September timeframe. Again, we work with our strategic partners or key partners. It may be indie partners or strategic partners who want to optimize their games and apps, and we work with them for the Unpack event, which happens every year in New York during August, September timeframe. Then what we also do is, we are, as compared to other stores, our store is pretty much managed by human beings like me. We don't have bots who will manage your app and bring it on the top grossing list, but it is editorially managed by a team of people who are in the same team that I am in, and we will work with you guys to make sure that your game or app is in the top of the charts. Then what we also do is we work with key partners to build a Samsung experience. A good example here is if you go to Galaxy App Store today, you can download the CNN app, which is co-developed by CNN and Samsung, and it is exclusively available only for Samsung. It is an HD app, which is available only on Samsung Store, not available anywhere else. So that is an example of co-developed app. Recently, we also announced that we will be doing games for Samsung. So if you are here as an indie game publisher, I would like to announce this opportunity that we will like to work with all indie game publishers, and we will like to bring your content inside the Samsung Galaxy App Store. Now the trick here is if you publish your game inside any other store, your game would be, if it is not in the top grossing, it's very difficult to get discovered, and it's very difficult to get downloads and revenue. If you work with us as an indie publisher, and if you bring your game exclusively to the Samsung store, we will give you a 2 weeks of window where we will feature you inside the top slots inside our store. So if you have any questions about this, maybe I can discuss with you in more detail on how this strategy works and how we can work together to make indie partners successful inside the Samsung Galaxy App Store. Now inside the Samsung Galaxy App Store, we have different verticals, app, gifts, and how we use the Galaxy App Store. This is. Oh, are you moving it? Okay, sorry. So basically, inside the Samsung Galaxy App Store, we have different verticals. I lead the games vertical. And the Samsung Galaxy App Store has been preloaded on more than 450 million devices globally. This is a curated app store. As compared to other app stores, this is a store which is invitation only, and you need to know people like me so that your games can be part of the Galaxy App Store, and then we can feature your games inside our store. This creates an advantage for publishers like you. If you are indie publisher, then definitely there is a value of bringing your content to our store, so you can generate more revenue, more download numbers, and everything inside our store is organic. You don't need to spend money for CPIs. So I will give you a little bit more info in the next slide. So the question here is, why do you need a new store when already there are a couple of existing stores? The first thing is, there are people like me, who are gamers and who understand this games market very well. So they know which game to find and from where. But then there are very few people like me and you in the world who understands the games. The world has more than 1 billion people, and out of that hardly 2 or 3% might know which games are the topmost game and how to find them. For them, our store adds a value for the customer as the store is curated and the top-notch games are on the front page of the store. For you as a publisher, how it adds value is other stores do have like 1.4 million or more apps and games. Our store has only 4,000 apps and games. So visibility and discoverability is the key here. Then the second thing is you don't need to spend money to get download numbers. Everything inside our store is all organic. And if you are making whatever dollars you are making inside our store, it's the exact amount of revenue that you are generating because you are not spending money on CPIs. Another thing that we found is most of the users, they never look beyond the top grossing apps. So our store gives an advantage we work with indie publishers, we work with strategic partners. So if you are an indie publisher, it's an advantage for you to come to our store as you don't need to, if you are inside another store and if you are buried inside, it's very difficult to get discovered and get visibility and get download numbers. Other than that, I think it's the curation part, which I have told you earlier, that the store is very much curated. We don't want to crowd our store, and it will be only 4,000 apps and games, which would be visible inside our store. So here is a quick example of how the store looks as of today. So when you open the Galaxy App Store, the staff picks is the home page, and staff picks is the curated part of our store. If your game is there, we will give you a standalone banner, which can be viewed by more than 450 million people globally. This is an editorially selected content. We will work with you, and if you know me or anybody inside my team, then it's very easy to get featured inside the staff pick section. The only way that you can your app can be certified and be part of the staff pick section is either you can build an exclusive content for us, or your games should be part of the strategic top grossing games, or do have a good download numbers, good star rating, then we can feature you in. The revenue split inside our store is industry standard, which is 70-30. And then our store is refreshed every week. So if you bring a game, and then we can feature you in the topmost editorial content, and we will keep your game there for 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, based upon the download numbers, revenue, and how your game is doing, we can feature you back again. So these are some of the advantages why you should be part of the Samsung Galaxy App Store. And then, there are, as I said, there are many other opportunities other than the Galaxy App Store that I'm responsible for. As Martin was talking about Gear VR. So I am responsible for the Gear VR games. If you are working on a Gear VR game, I would be more than happy to help you in getting your games certified, tested, and published inside the Oculus Store. How the Gear VR game works is Oculus has a store. Inside Oculus, there is a Samsung store. So you can be featured by Oculus, but then we can still feature you within our store also. For our partners, for the partners who work with Samsung directly, we will certify them, and then we will publish them. We will help them in getting published inside the Oculus Store. Then we have the Gear S2, which is the Samsung watches. These are powered by Tizen. We have what we have seen is inside the Galaxy App Store, games Games are the one which are generating a lot of revenue. After that, Gear S2 is the second hardware which is generating a big chunk of revenue. So if you are interested in doing some development on Gear S2, which is based upon Tizen platform and does supports Unity, please connect with me. What you can do is you can think about either doing a small racing game or a game like Stack, or a game like Flow Free, or you can also do, watch faces. We are seeing that watch faces are also generating a lot of chunk of revenue inside the Gear S2 App Store, which is again powered by Tizen. Then we have the Samsung TV, which is, we are the #1 in the TV category worldwide in terms of sales. If you are interested in bringing your games to the Samsung TV, which again supports Unity, please feel free to connect with me and let me know what your idea is, what your game is. I would be more than happy to bring you inside the Samsung TV Tizen ecosystem. Lastly, we have the Tizen device there, which is this device is for emerging markets. We started shipping the Tizen device for the India market last year. We started shipping it in February last year. And as of today, we are now shipping it in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal. We will be launching it in Indonesia and South Africa later this year. If you are interested in bringing your games inside the Tizen ecosystem, Tizen device ecosystem, feel free to connect with me, and I would be happy to bring your games inside the ecosystem and guide you how to build your games. Again, the Tizen devices still support, Tizen platform does support Unity, so it's a very easy port if you already have a game which is done using Unity on the Android ecosystem. Then this is just a quick snapshot on how the Galaxy App Store is doing. So as I was telling you, I joined Samsung Galaxy App Store team. I joined the Samsung Galaxy App Store team last year. At that time, we were doing 6 million monthly active users. So as of today, that monthly active users within 1.5 years has moved to 23 million monthly active users just in USA. The total number of monthly active users is globally is much more bigger. So it's you should definitely consider, if you want to make more revenue and get more visibility, consider about bringing your game inside the Galaxy App Store. We have Galaxy App Store, as I told you earlier, has been preloaded on every single devices. Since S4 onwards, we have been preloaded on 95 million devices in USA. Our revenue is increasing on weekly basis with a big number. So definitely think about it if you are interested in more discoverability, more eyeballs, more download numbers, and more revenue. So some of the benefits, if you work with us, definitely you are going to get visibility on the Galaxy App Store. Then we have a Samsung official website where we will promote you. We will take you to industry events like E3, where we can ask you to come and stand inside our booth with your games demoed there. Then we have a big FaceTube, YouTube followership where we can definitely talk about your games. I think that's it. Then you can connect with us through these social media pages. That's it. If you have any questions, maybe we can talk about it later as we are running out of time. Thank you.